Hello students of class 10. So today I am going to discuss the remaining questions of exercise 8.1. So already in the last lecture I have started the chapter Introduction to Trigonometry, and there I have discussed about the various trigonometric ratios. So now in exercise 8.1, from 8.1 I am going to start from question number 3. So you can see here that the given condition is the value of sin A is given, that is 3/4. Also we can write in terms of ratio, that is 3:4. So now we have to find the value of cos A and tan A. So for finding cos A and tan A, we must know all the lengths of the right angle triangle. For example, if perpendicular and hypotenuse are given, then we cannot find cos A and tan A because the ratio of cos A was base is to hypotenuse, or you can say base by hypotenuse. Similarly, tan A was perpendicular by base. So for these reasons, we need all the three lengths of the right angle triangle. So here you can see from the given condition, we can write that let the perpendicular be 3x. So why I am writing the perpendicular be 3x? Because you can see here sin A is what? Sin A is p by h. We know this, okay? So perpendicular will be 3x. This is multiple of a variable, you know. We have to multiply 3 with a variable to get the perpendicular. If something is given in ratio, then we can write like this. Similarly, the hypotenuse, in denominator see 4 is there, so we can write and the hypotenuse be 4x, okay? Because already you know that a ratio is given in simplest form, okay? So we cannot write directly perpendicular is equal to 3 because 3/4 is in its simplest form, okay? So there should be a multiple, that means there should be a number which is multiplied with 3 so that we will get perpendicular. Similarly, there should be a number which is multiplied with 4, then we will get the hypotenuse. So that number we are taking as x, okay? So the perpendicular is 3x and hypotenuse is 4x. So now we have to find the value of the base. So using Pythagoras theorem, h square is equal to p square plus b square. So in place of h, I can write 4x, and in place of p, we can write 3x. So by doing some simplification, we can easily find the value of b. So in the next step, we can write 7x square is equal to b square. Then for finding b, we have to remove the square from one side. So if we remove square from one side, you know, in the other side the root will come, okay, square root. So square root of 7x square will be x into root 7. That is the value of base. So now we can easily find cos A. Already I discussed in the last lecture that cos A is equal to base by hypotenuse. So in place of b, we can write x root 7. Hypotenuse is 4x. So by cancelling the x, we can find root 7/4. This is the value of cos A. Similarly, tan A will be perpendicular by base, and this will be 3x by x root 7. So by cancelling the x, we will get the value of tan A, that is 3/7. You can see the next question. In the next question, question number 4, given that the value of 15 cot A is equal to 8. So from here only we can find the value of cot A, that will be 8/15. So you can see now the value of cot A is given, and you have to find sin A and sec A. And this is the, you can see similar type of question like we have already done in question number 3. So this is also same because cot A is given in ratio. So first you have to remember that what is the value of cot A, what is the ratio of cot A. Cot A is what? It is base by perpendicular, okay? So now you can easily write base is equal to what? Base will be how much? Because it is given 8/15, so base will be 8x, and perpendicular will be 15x, okay? So I am writing in short, you can write it more clearly and properly. So base is 8x, perpendicular is 15x. So using the Pythagoras theorem, x square is equal to p square plus b square, you can easily find the value of h. So h square is equal to 15x square plus base will be 8x square. So after simplifying, you will get the value of the hypotenuse. Then finally you have to find sin A. Sin A is p by h, and sec A. Sec A is hypotenuse by base, okay? So you can write perpendicular is equal to 15x, and the hypotenuse you will get from here, you have to write there. Similarly, sec also you can find like this only. Okay, question 5 is also similar. So try to do question 4 and 5. Question number 6. Here it is given that angle A and B are acute angles, and the value of cos A is equal to cos B. And we have to prove that the value of angle A is equal to the value of angle B. So first of all, you have to write like this. You have to write the given condition. Then what we have to prove. So to prove angle A is equal to angle B. So now we have to draw two base angles, angle A and angle B respectively. So I have named the triangle. This is triangle QPA and this is triangle NMB. Okay. So now first of all, I am writing cos A from this triangle. So cos A is what? Base by hypotenuse. So base is PA, hypotenuse is QA. So this is base by hypotenuse. Similarly, the value of cos B is this one, MB by NB, base by hypotenuse. Okay. So now then already given that cos A, the value of cos A is equal to cos B. That means these two are equal. By QA will be equal to the value of MB by NB. Okay. And in the next step, I am writing this one like this. Just I am interchanging this numerator with this denominator, because you know we can cross multiply like this. So I am writing here PA by MB, okay, is equal to QA by NB, and let this ratio be equal to N. The next step is we have to use Pythagoras theorem in these two triangles to find the value of perpendicular. QP is the perpendicular in the first triangle. This is our first triangle and this is our second triangle. So in second triangle, perpendicular is NM. So I am writing NM. So I am writing here directly. Okay, QP square will be equal to QA square minus PA square. So after removing the square, this side square root will come. Okay, so this two equation we have to solve further. We have to simplify. So see, next we have to divide. Now next step is just you have to change the numerator. Okay, so see, in place of QP and NM we have put the respective values, and after putting we have to write QA and PA. So QA we have to write from here. You can see this ratio already we have got this ratio. So from here only we can write PA and QA. So see, PA by MB is equal to X. That means the value of PA will be what? MB into X or X into MB. Therefore, PA square will be how much? This will be X square MB square. So like this we can easily find the value of PA square. Okay, so in place of PA square we can write X square MB square. Similarly, use the second ratio. So QA by NB is equal to X. That means QA is equal to X into NB. Okay, so QA square will be X square NB square. So X square NB square. So after this you can take out X square as a common term, because this is present in both the terms. So X square is common, and inside the bracket we are having NB square minus NB square. So after taking out X square outside you will get X, and inside the bracket we have NB square minus MB square, which is same. You can see in the denominator also this term is there. So you can cancel these two terms, okay, from numerator and denominator. Finally you will get the value is equal to X. That means what is the conclusion? Conclusion is already we got one ratio from here. Okay, cos A is equal to cos B. So we got this one, and we took this value is equal to X. Now also we are getting one value of X. What is that value? QP by NM. Okay. So now finally we can write that this ratio, and this ratio, that means three ratios are equal. Final statement we can write PA by MB, that means this one, PA by MB is equal to QA by NB is equal to QP by NM. So this one is about what? This one is perpendicular. The perpendicular from both the triangles. This is the perpendicular from first triangle and this is the perpendicular from second triangle. So this is the ratio of perpendiculars of the two triangles. Similarly, QA by NB. This one is the hypotenuse from both the triangles, and this one is the base from the ratio of bases of both the triangles. So see, the three sides, the ratio of three sides are equal in both the triangles, and this criteria is called SSS, and by this criteria we can say that the two triangles are similar. Already we have studied in triangles that if the ratio of the sides of two triangles are equal, then the triangles are similar. So these two triangles are similar. That means we can say that the angles are also equal. So by this case, using this reason only, we can say therefore the value of angle A will be equal to the value of angle B. Hence, question is proved. Okay. Question. Here in question number 7, cot theta is given, that is 7 by 8. So cot theta is base by perpendicular. Okay. So we can write base is equal to 7x and perpendicular is equal to 8x. So using base and perpendicular, we can easily find the hypotenuse using Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So like this you can find the value of hypotenuse. So after finding the hypotenuse, what you have to do? You have to find the value of sin theta and cos theta. Why we need this? Because we have to find the value of the question which is given in 1, that is 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. So the value which you will get from sin theta and cos theta you have to put here, and after that you have to solve. This is very simple. You can see here in numerator and denominator there is a formula which is applicable, that is a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So you can write this numerator as 1 minus sin theta square. Similarly, in denominator you can write 1 minus cos theta square. So the value of sin theta and cos theta which you will get from this, you have to just put here and you will find the value of this one. Okay. So like this you can do this question, and in number 2 you have to find the value of cot square theta. So you have to remember one point, that cot square theta and cot theta whole square both are same. So already we know what is cot theta. Cot theta is given 7 by 8. Just you have to do the square of 7 by 8. You will get the value of cot square theta. So student, try to do the remaining questions. If there is any difficulty you can ask me in WhatsApp. Okay. So thank you for today.